Coffee on, chaos managed. Let's talk about things that veterans do that hurt their own claims.
And they're not even aware that they're doing it.
That's true. Sometimes they just don't realize.
But we're also going to talk about how you can strengthen your claim instead of hurting your claim.
Not just going to throw all the negatives.
We're not going to go negative, not do.
But do we know what time it is?
It's time for the disclaimer.
It's disclaimer time. Okay, people, we are not professionals.
We are not attorneys. We're not counselors.
No, we're not even medical people.
We're not advisors.
We know nothing about any of that. We don't get paid for any of that.
We're just the VA itself.
Giving free information out here for you. In exchange, we would like you to like us and share us and follow us and
check out all our good stuff on couchtalk.com.
Yeah, most definitely.
But, you know, what we are is wives of disabled veterans, and we are on this path.
Yeah,
so
we're in the same boat with you.
We're digging stuff out and throwing it out there and telling you all about it so that it might save you some hours of aggravation and possibly putting a fist through the wall.
We got aggravated for you.
Note to self, buy Punching Bag. All right. So that's our disclaimer. So let's see, sometimes, unfortunately, veterans, they don't lose their claim because they don't deserve the benefits.
Right.
It's because unknowingly they are hurting themselves in the claim process.
That's true. And often it's things that nobody ever really explains.
Well,
they don't.
It's like Pandora's box, I swear, God forbid you open that little secret container.
Well, what is in there?
All the answers on how you get your claim to go through.
and sometimes it's even not what you did wrong.
Right.
It's just what you didn't know.
Yeah. And that's a lot of it. It's just a lack of knowledge.
Which is why we're trying to give that knowledge.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about those common mistakes that we veterans and wives are making without realizing that we're doing it, and hopefully give you some tips on how you can strengthen that claim.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's move on to mistake number 1, filing without a current diagnosis.
Yeah. I mean, something's wrong, but symptoms alone aren't usually enough in order to support that claim.
No, not usually.
You're not going to walk in and say, oh, well, ooh, ow, I have a neck. Ooh, it hurts.
Yeah. I mean, so examples of a symptom would be something like she just said, my back hurts, I've got a headache, oh, I can't sleep. Those are symptoms.
They're symptoms. And, a claim it's generally going to be stronger when it is actually tied to a diagnosed condition. So if you're having these kind of things, go see somebody.
Yeah.
Get it documented first and foremost. So now you got something on paper from the almighty DR.
Well, because that's one of the things that they look for. They want that diagnosis. Right. Degenerative disc disease.
Oh, yeah, there's one.
Migraine, PTSD, sleep apnea.
Yeah.
They want something with a medical term to it.
Well, they want medical terms, and they want somebody that has a PhD attached to their name so that there's some kind of testing and clout behind.
Well, they take it as credibility. Yeah. And just so you know, if you're looking for your diagnosis, you can usually go out if you are using the VA healthcare system, and I highly recommend it. But if you are using the VA healthcare system, you can go out on My Healthy Vet, and you should be able to locate your medical records. And I do know for a fact that they do include a page for every diagnosis you've got going.
Just a side note too, you can also access information on va.gov because there's all across the dashboard on it. Once you establish your account, you can get into the My Healthy Vet and all that stuff.
Yes.
And there's several ways to poke that pig.
Exactly. Stuck pig.
Well, something. Okay, so question number 1, how recent does this diagnosis need to be?
Well, I think there's a lot of people that believe because they say a recent diagnosis, I think they believe that recent is the key. But there is no magic diagnosis within X number of months.
No, I don't think that there is, because as long as you've had something that's documented.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So,
yeah. So what matters? Things like current disability exists now,
yeah.
or you have evidence that shows you've got a chronic condition that's continuing.
Well, yeah, most definitely. And if your VA or your private doctor has documented it for like years, that absolutely still matters.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right. But don't misunderstand that it doesn't have to be years worth of documentation. No. It could be something you went to the doctor a month ago, a week ago, and they said, okay, you've got this problem. And you're like, okie dokie, now I got something for my claim. So there's no like date stamp.
Yeah. And just because you didn't know you could file for it years ago, that does not mean that your condition started too late to matter.
And it doesn't mean that you can't go back and say, well, it happened 10 years ago that I started feeling this. That's
doesn't
fine.
Matter.
That's fine. That just means you've been dealing with it longer.
Even if you got out 12 years ago. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Let's talk about mistake number 2, assuming that there's no service connection.
And that's very easy to do because a lot of times you think to yourself, oh, I got this constant part in my neck that's always sore. And you just think, well, I've been out of the service, 10 years and have been working. Maybe I slept wrong. No, put that away. Because it could very well be attached to things that you had to do during training.
Well, I mean, think of not even during training, during your entire service. I mean, think about chugging around with them
with the packs and stuff like that.
That'll wear
even when you're doing things that in your training, you could have done something and not even realized it.
Yeah.
And some people think, well, I didn't report it back then. Don't worry about it. You didn't have to report it back then because that goes back to things we've said before. That suck it up, Nancy. Get it up there and soldier on. What, you lost a leg? Well, you got another one you can hop on.
And then there's I can't claim that without ever exploring whether it could be connected.
No, because, I mean, granted, you can do a lot of research on your own to find out things.
Oh, most definitely. And we do.
We do.
We do, but we also encourage you to explore things because the more you look, the more you can find connection.
Well, most definitely. And it goes all the way back to your intake too, because a lot of the vaccinations and things that they have found in the interim that there's a lot of things that are attached
problems
to them.
Down the road. There's a lot of that. Shoes, the boots that they give you in the service,
they're awful.
The earplugs that they give you in the service. I mean, a lot of the stuff they're substandard, or it's a one size fits all. And let's face it, nobody has the same size foot.
But see, think about it. Examples like a knee injury that you had in service.
Yeah.
Down the road, you can end up with neck pain, back pain, hip pain, and it's all derived from that particular event.
Yeah, exactly. The same thing like noise exposure, and then years later you end up with tinnitus
and hearing loss.
And hearing loss, tinnitus, and those are actually two separate separate things.
Yeah. Some guys out there, you've had burn pits that you've been around, respiratory issues have been attached to that. Heck, if you had, like my husband, he had to go through fire training. You're exposed to certain foams and things that had chemicals in them that can cause a lot of problems down the road.
And they're just now finding out about some of those things. And then the other one, which a lot of people find after they get out, is the chronic pain. That can actually lead to episodes of depression, which would end up being like a secondary condition that ties into all of that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So how do you go about exploring in order to find possible connections in order to
walking stick, roadmap, compass? Oh, not that kind of exploring.
All right, my little Girl Scout.
We are going to look at things like service treatment records, because if you went to see anybody while you were in the service, that is going to be documented.
Okay. Other things too, look at like your duty assignments.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, MOS exposures. MOS means military occupational specialty.
We all know they love those acronyms. They do. Your deployment exposure.
Right. Because
where did you go?
There's certain places you go to that have
Camp Lejeune right now is one of the big things that they are advertising about because they realized that
there was a problem,
a big problem.
But it doesn't have to just be stateside.
Oh, absolutely not.
How about like existing presumptive condition lists?
Yeah, and you can actually find that list, as we told people, go out on va.gov.
Yeah.
You can find a lot of stuff. And then also medical opinions.
Right, because it's not just having to be from military doctors either. You can go out on things where they have done journal researches, because like what is it, the AMA, they put out a journal that there can be information there. PubMed is, well, that's really easy to get.
Exploration site.
Yeah, but there are a lot of things. Sometimes if you just Google something you got going on, it'll pull up things and you can find a lot of medical
Your medical opinion can also come from your nexus letter. That's another thing that we're looking at. But you have to realize with presumptive conditions, they can matter. And in some cases, they're included under law, which is that PACT Act.
Another acronym.
Yeah.
Promise to address comprehensive toxins. Yeah, we all remember these things.
I really think
Burn Pit,
Agent Orange, and the other toxic substances.
Exactly.
Whatever. You wonder who sits around and makes up these acronyms.
What can we call it that makes a word?
It's got to make sense, sort of.
Get out the Scrabble box.
Okay, let's talk about how do you establish the connection?
With a cable and an outlet. No?
Well, I don't know. We have Wi-Fi now, so is a cable really necessary?
Can we connect the dots?
Well, we do need to connect the dots, but generally it's going to be through your current diagnosis. And again, we talked about how current does it need to be?
Right. Current is not necessarily the right word.
Take it with a grain of salt, but they call it current.
They do. And then, of course, we're going to look at like your in-service event, exposure, injury, those kind of things.
Yeah, and then your medical link, which would be the nexus.
Yeah. So your diagnosis plus the event plus the link, that's going to be the simple formula that you want to remember.
Yeah, and that's only those three things. It's really,
that's how you're going to put it together. So
DEL, just remember DEL.
Ooh, DEL.
We made up our own acronym.
Yes! So there's weak or missing medical evidence is another issue.
Yeah, that would be mistake number 3. But what is the evidence?
Well, let's think about that. Service treatment records could be evidence because that's documentation by the very industry that caused the problem.
And then, of course, your VA treatment records. Now, you have to realize that service treatment is while you're in.
Right.
VA is while you're taking advantage of the VA medical system.
Right. And just because you're using VA and you're applying through VA, your private medical records will also play a part in this thing, too, because a lot of times you've gone to doctors probably prior to getting with VA care, those records are going to count. And sometimes when you don't know that you can utilize community care and you get a little frustrated with wait times and such,
do it on your own.
You just go out and do it and learn the hard lessons.
But they're lessons.
They were hard lessons. They were very expensive lessons.
And now we get to share those lessons with you so you don't make those same mistakes. But that also includes stuff like imaging in labs.
Right. Notes that the specialists might make on your records.
And up to and including even things like your lay statement or your buddy statement.
Yeah. And we'll need to really go into a depth about how those get put together and play out. Symptom logs. Migraine. And then when I'm not talking, a doctor has to say, okay, so tell me no, you can keep a journal. Yeah. Just note down, okay, I had a headache again today. It started at this, it progressed to this level, and detailed descriptions. The devil's in the details, I'm telling you.
Yeah. And you have to realize that a claim often rises or falls on evidence.
Yeah.
It
most
does.
Definitely.
Okie dokie. So what about a nexus letter?
Yeah, we keep throwing that word, nexus letter.
What is that?
2 words. Well, if you want to get down to the bare bones of it, it's a medical opinion.
Yeah, it's just a letter with
it's a letter opinion from a doctor, for the most part, that is going to link your condition to a service or to another service-connected condition.
Boy, and that sounds like an awful lot. Yeah. And these are often written by, sometimes your treating physician or a specialist.
Yeah. Independent medical providers and practices.
Yeah. So. And not every claim needs a nexus.
Right.
But sometimes it can be powerful evidence.
Well, definitely.
It can give that extra.
That little bit more that your claim might need.
The oomph.
Might stop them from throwing things back.
Yeah. Make them take that second look.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We hit on this in a previous video. Yes, go back and listen to those.
We did. Yeah.
Minimizing at the CMP exam.
Right. We did do an entire deep dive on this in episode 30. So you do want to go watch that.
Yeah.
But we can briefly say it's stuff like saying, I'm fine.
Yeah. How are you today? Oh, doing good, doc.
Yeah. Underselling your bad days.
Yeah.
That was another one. Not explaining functional impact.
Right. And also, you want to, honesty. If you are new in here in our little group here, really go back and look at the whole series that we got going on here, because it's purposely been built so that it starts beginner, moves on to deep dive. So we kind of did the eagle's eye and we're going into things. Yeah. So this CMP thing is the part where the physicians look at you and make determinations. So if you sit there and undersell yourself, we're not telling you to go out there and,
well, you're not making up fluff.
Fake a limp.
No.
But you want to tell them, how things are on your worst day as opposed to your best.
Yeah. So we're continuing to build on the series, but we do recommend that you go back and look at the previous thing,
because there might be some stuff that we touched on that we're not doing here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's pivot. We're going to shift from the problems, the mistakes, to the solutions.
Yeah, because everybody always gives you problems. And I used to always tell my kids that. Don't come to me with problems. Come to me with the situation
what are your ideas?
And the solution possibilities.
That's right. So now we're going to give you some solutions we know what the mistakes are.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do to fix them.
Yes, strengthen that claim.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, one of the big ones, documentation.
Yeah. But what do you mean?
Well, think about it. You need, back to this idea of journaling things, writing things down. What symptoms have you been experiencing? When, as soon as they start, and even if you think to yourself, oh crap, I should have been writing this down months ago. Fine, put it down. It started happening.
I noticed.
X amount of times, and it is progressively, put the truth down.
Yep.
So every time you have something going on, write it down, because let me tell you what, you're going to forget. Trust me on that one.
Oh, most definitely. And it's not just your symptoms over time. It's also the functional limitations and the impact on your daily life.
Right. And what possible treatments that you might have gone and sought out.
History treatment. That's
everything
really
and
good.
anything that you might have gone to, any person that you might have sought assistance from. I don't care if you even saw something that said this will help mitigate your pain, and you saw it on an infomercial and you said, well, I'm going to give it a go.
I tried this supplement. I tried that exercise.
Yeah, exactly.
I bought this hunk of equipment. I mean, just anything that you're doing to not only help yourself, but to make note of what it is that everything that you've progressively tried.
It kind of helps you feel like you're not crazy that these things are happening.
Well, I know. So we did give the example, like a migraine log, pain journal,
notes about how things affected your life, missed work. How often does this cause you to stay home because I can't do it?
Yeah. So if it affects your daily life, document it. Oh, back to the evidence.
Yes, it is.
What matters?
Well, your evidence really should help show there's a diagnosis.
Yeah.
You want it to show that it is service connected somehow. And we've already talked about that there are so many things out there that can be connected back. And it's not as hard to connect it as you think.
No, it's not.
And the other third thing of importance would be the severity level.
Yeah, most definitely. So think, what supports my story as you're putting all of your stuff together?
Yeah.
It needs to
It's like building a house of cards.
It is. You don't want your cards to fall.
Good foundation on that.
Support your cards.
All right. Well, here's another way that you can help yourself.
And we strongly encourage this. We do.
Work with a VSO.
We're currently doing that.
Yeah, y'all are. We'll be heading that direction shortly.
Yeah.
It's a good VSO is going to help you identify a lot of steps along the way in order to get your claim in front of the right people and have what the necessary parts are to help reduce the possibility of having it turned down.
Yeah, we just had our first, our consult with the, you need to sign these documents to allow us to work with you, for you. We got all those done. And then it was like, okay, these are the things that we're going to need from you.
Right.
And of course, I'd already started putting all those together because I kind of had an idea in all this digging that we're doing to help y'all out.
Yeah.
That I was going to need some of these things. And I actually took in a bank box full of stuff to them. And we just now got our letter back. They've only had it for maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks.
I said. It has not been long. They told you
they're
about
very
2
good.
weeks, and they were earlier than that.
They're very good.
They underpromised and overperformed.
And that's great. We enjoy that. But we did get a letter the other day telling us to connect with us because we need to sit down now. And the next step will be to go over everything that we
it's like, going to the VSO is not like a miracle cure for everything.
Oh, no.
It's not going to be like that happen.
No, it takes time.
And they're not doing 100% of it for you. But they do know the ins and outs.
Yes.
They are going to be there to help you. You can direct questions to them. And if they don't know it, they figure it out. They'll find out for you.
Yeah, and they'll be able to identify any kind of missed conditions that you might have.
Exactly.
Hey, do you know, in reading through this, we noticed X, Y, Z.
Do you also see
claims.
this coming up?
Hey, check this out.
Not that you're supposed to sit there and go, oh, yeah.
But they're also going to be able to point out gaps in evidence.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that you gave them to support the claim, they might come and tell you, you need something here.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Just to, so you're going to still do some legwork because, you're going to have to contact prior doctors and stuff. I mean,
there is legwork.
I'm in a situation where one of the doctors that my husband had seen, he's probably dead by now.
But I think that is where a buddy letter and or a lay statement.
Spousal letter as well.
The spousal letter and the lay statement. This is where it needs to point out some of that stuff because then, you've got that connection.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Okay, let's talk about understand your rating criteria.
Okay. So knowing what the VA is evaluating for your condition,
what you're looking at,
this is going to be something you want to know.
Yeah, most definitely, because migraines aren't just got a headache.
No, they're not. They're much more.
Yeah, it's the frequency, it's the impact,
it's the intensity, it's the trigger,
how it affects my life.
Well, yeah. So, they're going to use. Oh, here we go again. The DBQ. Want to take a shot in the dark? What that is?
Disability Benefits Questionnaire.
Cheated.
I did. I looked it up because when I read I needed you can look up your DBQ.
We should play a game one day. Here's the acronym. What do you think it means?
and all it is you can go out on the VA website. You can go out on va.gov and you can look up the DBQ for whatever it is that you're going for or for whatever you're claiming. It's a check the box.
It's a check box. Yeah,
it is.
It's a form that the examiner.
That's the form.
It's what they're sitting there.
Go back to our prior videos.
They're looking at and they're going to check boxes while they're talking with you. Things that they're going to use to evaluate your symptoms, the functional impact.
It's exactly what the examiner uses when they evaluate you.
So you can study before you go in for the test.
Yeah. We recommend studying.
We do. Cheat sheets don't work.
Nah. Okay.
All right. Biggest mistake made on a claim of all time.
Waiting.
Exactly. And it's simply because you're making assumptions that you don't deserve it.
Gotta stop.
It's too late.
Yeah, because sometimes the biggest mistake is never filing because you ruled yourself out.
Yes. Don't do that.
You're better than that.
All right. Wrap it up.
Okay.
What we got?
I have a question.
Ooh.
What stopped you from filing? We want to know.
Yeah. Drops, comments in the bottom.
Yeah. And while you're at it, like, share, and subscribe. The only way that we can reach more people is by having people like and subscribe and share it.
It's all about the algorithm.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what? We don't get paid for this, so it would be
Not
great.
a dime.
It would be great if you all would share this and like us and watch our videos, because that actually helps us to be able to someday monetize, which is our great.
Someday.
That's our great
Tallulah
hope.
Village.
Yeah.
It's there on the horizon.
And you can look that up out on couchtalk.com and listen to some of our other podcasts that we talk about
even
that.
Donate too.
Yeah. But a strong claim is not about saying more.
No.
No, it's about documenting well.
Yeah, I mean, so wording is the important thing here.
Got to connect those dots.
Just because you can write, 60 pages worth of information doesn't mean it's going to help any.
No.
You have to use specific terminology.
Yep, keywords. They look for keywords.
They do. And you can find out how to do that too online.
Yes, you can. And you got to connect those dots, and you need to understand the process, which is what we're all about. This is what we're helping you to do.
Right, because all of this, guess what? You can learn how to do it just like we did.
That's right. Isn't that such good news?
Yes.
There you go, folks. Coffee is on.
Chaos managed.
That's Couch Talk.
Right.